Attention passengers, this is your Captain Pave, alongside my two co-captains, Detective Funky
Howdy.
and the now disabled Wiz. We'll be cruising at a comfortable 240,000 miles above the surface of the Earth as we travel off the moon, and who knows where we'll head. Guess we'll have to find out, and I'm glad you're here to join us. So how you guys doing today?
Always a pleasure.
We have now reached our cruising altitude.
Yes. How's your knee? Is it doing better?
My God, man.
Oh, well, there's another bleep. There's another bleep, boys. One for the record.
We are
He literally the first word. First word he says. It's
45
curse
seconds
word.
in. We are 45 seconds in, and we had to do some editing.
We on the side. I'm legitimately
Oh my
on our
goodness.
screen, specifically on
goodness.
Wiz's screen. We just need to have a giant red light that starts, and as soon as it hits the 2-minute mark, a green light turns on.
Yeah, you're good to go.
You're good to go.
I said you're good to go. All right. No, okay.
Begin f-bombing.
Forget F-Fellow.
But
oh,
yeah,
God.
tell the other passengers here what happened to your knees.
So, passengers, I'll tell you a story quickly about me, my lanky legs, and my incredibly awkward setup. So, y'all know IKEA, right? Everybody knows IKEA.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Off to a great start.
That's it. Next story.
All right, so I have an IKEA desk. It's a white, long, L-shaped desk for all of my activities, and I have a chair, a gaming chair, like your typical gaming chair with adjustable everything. And
Right.
essentially what happens is my desk is too low for my chair to fit under if I try to raise it to a height that suits my lankiness, which doesn't go down well because the handles and arms get in the way. So on occasion, at random intervals, for no reason in particular, my knees will hit off of the bars underneath the desk with a bit of a... And
Oh.
just
Insert meme sound.
The clap.
insert meme sound.
I won't even
Right.
need to insert it. It's just sound just like it.
Yeah.
Which happened. This happened twice today already. Which I'm now keeping my legs incredibly still, but I managed to hit both of my knees right in the funny bone. Even though is there a funny bone in your knee?
Nope. Just your arms.
It's just your arm.
So,
So
I
somehow I
don't
have
know.
funny bones in both of my knees.
I mean, there's no such thing as
So
really called
are you
funny
sitting?
bone.
Are your feet like flat on the
No,
chair
no,
seat?
no.
Like how do your knees fall and hit the desk?
So they don't fall. It's basically whenever I try to move into my desk, when I move under my desk, I will move using my feet. I don't use my arms. So whenever I'm moving and lifting my knees up to move, it just hits off the bottom. Like, I'll do it naturally, which is at like a natural moving speed, I suppose, of
you're
Mach
moving
10.
at significant speed.
Yes, I'm moving.
You got to get to that desk. We don't know when those games are going to start. Those games can start any minute. You got to be ready.
I was like, oh shit!
excited.
I gotta wiggle fast.
That's a good deviation. Speaking of pain,
Oh.
you know, one thing that all of us cause through mental pain, let's be honest, right, is pet peeves. You know, things that you just don't seem to really like to have people do. And
Pet
some people might call you
peeves.
weird or strange, but I feel like that would be a good topic for today. We maybe talk about some pet peeves
Well,
since we seem to be
well,
on the topic of pain.
I
you know,
mean,
why not?
yeah, that's a good. Okay, yeah, I'm along with that.
Yeah.
Everyone
So-
loves to complain.
Who
So,
wants to start?
There's plenty of pet peeves out there. Everyone,
Yes.
and there's a lot of people that like to hear people complain about stuff. So
Or that's
you
their
are-
pet
you're,
peeve.
You're tuning in, or that's your.
Think
pet
about
peeve.
it.
Anything. could be your
If
pet
if you
peeve.
get angry over someone's like being angry, will you get angry at yourself? Oops.
You just blew my mind.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
wouldn't you just be angry at the other person for making you angry, though?
Is it like
But then-
more like annoyed than
The
angry?
pet peeve of you being pet peeved is
Uh-huh.
that it is
Yeah.
a pet peeve of someone else.
And sometimes
That's-
it doesn't have to involve
Pet
pets.
peeveception.
Sometimes it's not even pets, even though that's in the name. That's
My
crazy.
dog walks too
You're right.
slow, but we'll get to that.
I wonder what like the definition of pet peeve. Maybe I'll look that up as we're
Let's look
talking.
it up.
Do that. Get it up right now. This second. Come on.
We'll look at it after we talk about our certain pet peeves. Does anybody here want to start with any of them?
We need to have like some guy like a producer in the back, like he can look it up as we're continue to talk. We're not at that level yet.
Well, you heard that. If anybody wants to apply, the position is open. It's
The
non-paying
position of
position.
producer?
You get no experience. You can put
Our
this on your
base is on the
resume.
moon.
No. And you, please do not reference us on anything ever.
We will not back you up in any other financial situations. And if you think that we're going to help you through this ordeal, don't think we're not going to do that. You're here for us to use you, and that's what's going to happen. You will be used, abused, and most likely chained up in our basement every time we do a podcast.
One of the perks is you get to travel a lot. We're always in a plane.
That is very true.
So
we're in the middle of the plane right now.
You get your own special seat.
You get your own special seat in the basement, the cargo hold.
It's a little uncomfortable.
And a luggage.
Anyways, so pet peeves. Pet peeves.
I hate
who
being
here?
packed into a suitcase.
I can start us off.
All right. Hear it.
I start off with a story. It happened a few days ago. I was saving it for today. So I work at a grocery store. One of my jobs is I work at a grocery store. I have 2 jobs. I work at the grocery store in the morning. So all I do is stock the truck, right, for just 4 hours. It's like going to the
truck?
gym.
So wait, do you work in do you work in a store or do you work in a?
It's a grocery store.
All right, so you work in the store. You don't work in like because when you said you load a truck,
I unload a truck.
Oh, you unload it. All right.
Yeah, my bad.
I've had that life before.
So we get deliveries, right? The title of the story is "No Need to Whine About It." That's the title of the story.
Oh, I feel like this is someone's catchphrase.
So we get deliveries, right? And we're halfway through the morning. Truck's almost done. We get a wine delivery. Now, the policy of the store is there's a back door and there's a bell, right? The policy of the store is all deliveries. The delivery, the guy has to come to the front door and like check-ins. We can keep track of who's coming and going, because I guess they had like some thievery issues before. I don't know, but that's just a way to keep track of it. But like all the drivers know about this. We tell them ahead of time, right? But sometimes obviously forget. And I to play, I don't know what it's called, devil's advocate, I guess. Or the benefit of doubt. I mean, some people forget or they don't know, right? And they ring the bell, and that bell is such like a high pitched banshee scream.
Oh my god!
It makes me jump. It's like perfectly. Everything's quiet. I'm in the freezer, and I'm stocking boxes. And all of a sudden, fuck! And I just throw a box in the air. I'm like, it's just so loud.
And it's so comically loud. Then the box comes down and hits you on the head, and you're like, "Owie!"
Well, the box falls down. It's just. It's very annoying because I know for a fact once you hear it the first time, then 30 seconds gonna go by. You're gonna hear it again because the guy, if he rings the bell, he's like clear, like, oh, the people are back there, they don't hear the bell, and he rings it again, like twice fast, 3 times, and then we don't answer the back door. That's the policy. So we always get the drivers that come around, and now they're all pouty. They had to walk around the whole store to the front. Life is tough. I know.
Is there a reason why all your truck drivers are from like New York?
Obviously, must be a big warehouse over there or something. I don't know. But that's just like I figure like a truck driver. Like, I think that's because like one of them did have like a New York accent. They're like, "What you guys do that?" He's stomping his feet. He's walking to the back, all pouty. You guys do that to your back door? And I'm like, no, we don't. Sorry, no, just kind of like that. Just kind of like a.
Read the sign.
There's no sign, so that's but yeah, again they know, right? Maybe they don't. I don't know. But the problem is that those statements, those people, that's a huge pet peeve. It's just people that are just like take like the minor things and they blow them up to getting all pissed off, right?
Yeah.
So it's the wine guy. So he's in the back delivering wine, right? He's back there, and like 30 minutes go by, and what I just said just now, I basically was mocking him and talking about him like everything I just said to like another coworker of mine, going like, "Yeah, you always ring the bell, it pisses me off, da, da, da. It makes me so mad." And then I go, and I'm talking to my coworker, I go like, maybe if you ring the bell one more time, maybe we'll come answer. Me, oh, I guess we didn't. Oh wow, come around the front then, dumbass. Yeah, I was making fun of him, right? And I'm being quite loud about it.
Yes,
And then
very verbal.
I'm going walking to the back where we're done talking, walking to the back, and the wine guy is still there. And there is a 100% chance he heard everything I said.
Oh
Oh,
no.
So if this was a movie, it would be one frame. I did a 180 spin, turned, and started walking
see
to
you
the spot walk around. I'm like, yeah, well, it's
later.
close enough to clock out time. I'm out of here. I felt horrible afterwards,
Oh
but
man.
I couldn't help my anger and just start just basically just bitching.
I got a question. I got a question for you, right?
Right.
So I don't know how I don't know how grocery stores work. Usually my mind goes straight like you said you have a wine guy. You have a guy that just delivers wine, right?
Yeah, we got the wine guy. Yep.
So that implies you have other guys driving
We got the
vans,
melt guy.
trucks
We got the
for other things, right?
Coke guy. We got the
That
main
is
supply guy that drops up all
the
the
general
brand
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got all different
Is
types
that
of
how
trucks
all of
coming
them
in.
work? Is that how
As all the
stores
ones
work?
I worked at, that's seems to be
I
the
feel
main
like we
thing.
do
Yeah.
it a little bit differently over here in that it's sorted. Like it would make more sense as
What
well.
do you mean?
Like we only do. And I'm fairly certain this is how we do it. I can't comment because well, I can't. I'm going to comment because fuck you. But also, like we sort it all out, put it all into one van, and then deliver it to the stores.
So it gets sorted
Instead of
within a
like one
warehouse.
guy, instead of like having a milkman, a dedicated milkman to go
Yeah.
between 100 stores, we
Like
have a dedicated truck driver that has milk and everything in one van to each store.
that happens too, but it's
Yeah.
on a
Does
larger
it?
scale.
It all depends on the situation, right? Like with really large in like places, they have to do it that way because it's the amount of volume that they're transporting, right?
Yeah, it's
Like
just like
with me,
the independent people that they contract to come in and drop
right,
off the stuff.
right,
So
and like for example, I was worked in like Five Guys or whatever.
Five guys, burgers and fries. Keep this party going till the party dies. Saying 5 burgers and fries. Keep this party going till the party ends.
And we got a lot of it was a much smaller thing,
Five Guys
and
Burgers and
everything.
Fries.
Hell yeah, dude, best place ever. I will definitely talk about that one day.
I heard
I'm
Oh
that's
like a
yeah,
I heard
walking,
that's
I'm like
going
a
under.
walking advertisement for them. What?
Five
I
Guys
heard
is so good.
I keep on seeing all over the place that it's going on. It's losing business. It's going to
Yeah,
go.
I know. Well,
Really?
I think it's because
Yeah.
they're getting more expensive, which is annoying.
Oh
But it was the like okay, just like a side thing. You know how like when people start talking about working at like fast food restaurants and stuff, and they always have these horrible horror stories,
yeah.
like the horrible
Right.
things that they have to do that no one would ever
Tell me
really
about it.
figure it out, but they could tell it happens, like McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
Five Guys, eh, I have no horror stories. It actually is a very clean, very well run
I mean,
place.
it seems very. It's because it's quite gourmet.
Shout out Five
Honestly,
Guys.
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah.
Shout out to
Five
Five Guys.
Guys.
Five
Five Guys is
Guys.
awesome.
Five Guys, if you're listening, and we know that you are, good job.
Please
Keep up the
sponsor
good work.
us.
Please.
Please, yes, Five
Please-
Guys sponsor us.
the
please.
You don't have to pay us. Just
The
give me
Don't
the
pay us,
opposite-
just, yeah, free Five Guys for life.
The opposite of a pet peeve. Keep loading the bags full of fries. We are not
Oh,
complaining.
Uh-huh.
Please keep on
My
loading
God.
those juicy fries
You know,
up.
I will say,
oh,
and this is me coming from a person that works there, the fries are my least favorite thing.
really?
Yeah, it's
Still good,
because
though.
there's.
Oh, I mean, like your station, like in terms of stations,
What do you mean?
like to work on, like
No,
to do
no.
fries.
I mean
The
like
taste.
when I go to Five Guys, I only
Right.
order burgers now. I order
Yeah.
either another burger or something. I don't order fries because the way that they cook it, right? They cook it in peanut oil,
Yeah,
and the problem with peanut oil is that when you cook something, it has a very short window before it's overcooked and undercooked. And when like the restaurant or whatever is packed with people,
They're not going to get that on time.
Right. There is no person that's going to be staring at the fries, just looking at it perfectly, using it for a fry test.
2,
Yeah.
3.
Right, exactly, right. So like you get those fries and they're either overcooked or undercooked, and I just don't. It's the one thing I do not recommend people really to buy if they like fries and they're really picky, I guess. But
That's your Five Guys pet peeve. Is just
Yeah.
don't get the fries. No, but
I-
we've just
I
asked
love
them to sponsor us, and they were just like, your fries are a little bit off, man.
No, it's the
Dude,
people. It's the people. It's
It's
their
the
fault.
people. It's the
Fire
people.
them.
Yes.
Fire the
You
Five Guys
must.
boys.
You must have dedicated counting fries guy. He must stand, stare at the oil while it burns, and
Anyways.
count out loud every second.
No, they actually have like a little test. Regardless, we can talk about this another time.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good
what-
tangent.
We can rewind. What were you talking about as you brought Five Guys and we started going on a tangent about it?
So
Oh, me. It was.
yes,
Yeah.
it
It's
was
just
you.
the way that they. It was everything in one van, obviously, because
Mhm.
there was no
the
separate
vans.
van people. It was just one single van because it was actually a large truck. It
I
came
mean,
every.
it's all
every
just
day.
like food, right? I mean,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Of course.
It's
Yeah.
all
So-
natural, fresh produce. That's
Yeah. It came in every day. It was really. It was fresh food.
That's what I was like saying. Is like
Very
Five Guys
fresh.
is like super gourmet. Like they make it just right there and then.
Yeah, like you get up at 4 a.m. and I don't want to talk about it. It's long.
No, you need to. This is good stuff.
Well, I mean, okay, fine. I'll just say this. I got there at 5:30 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning. Sorry.
4:30. That's pretty early.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Grabbed everything from the van guy who was waiting out there, the truck guy. Took about like 20, 30 minutes, and then I'd spend like 2 to 3 hours making bacon. That shit rocked.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
the
Imagine-
bacon hour.
Dude, yeah.
Oh my
At a time, I was cooking
Session.
like not joking, like 200 like strips of bacon at the same time. It's so. I love it, dude. I love
That's
the bacon.
crazy.
Yeah, it's the way they teach you. Like
Bacon man.
it works. But
That's so
Anyways.
cool, though. That sounds so cool.
yeah, it's fun, man.
Bacon definitely cooks quicker. That also brings me to like another point about American like eating. I won't go too much into this, but it's definitely like I don't know, they definitely don't do that over here. It's that a lot of fast food restaurants can be like family owned.
Right.
Because I don't know if that's like a stock thing or if that's just because they
owned the space before like Subway or something bought them out. But like, yeah, no, I noticed that's a thing that America does, and we could probably talk about that at some other point. Keep a note of that. It's cool.
Put that on the list.
Let's put
All
it
right,
on the-
Conversation topics.
So other pet peeves.
Yeah, Adam, do you have anything, or do you want me to go first?
I got
I
more.
think-
I
I
got
think-
more, but we could rotate back to
Oh,
me.
Yeah, we can rotate.
Yeah. I got one thing.
Okay.
All right, one thing at the moment, because I'll be honest, this is kind of. I don't tend to look for imperfections or things that I don't aim to hate something. Okay, like that, and I know that for a fact. But like a pet peeve of mine is in any sort of circumstance, if you're like.
I definitely know a pet peeve you have.
I think you could like say that. You could say you know one of my pet peeves, and I'll probably agree with you when you tell me. But
Oh
like,
no, there is no probably. I mean, I just have to say one word.
Oh,
It's your version of
word.
moist. Starts with a C.
Oh, that no, don't
Yeah,
don't
it's
even
just
say
like
it.
us.
I'm
All
not gonna
three
say
of us.
it.
No, I won't say it. So people.
No,
don't know.
we don't want that. We don't want that word.
If you'd like to take a
Well-
guess at the word, go ahead and shout out in the comments.
Yeah, if you know my C word.
Oh, It's his version of moist. He doesn't like it for some reason.
I don't. It's a weird word. Okay, it's a weird word. But anyway, my pet
I don't know it.
peeve
I'm curious.
I will
is
tell you.
when it comes to being
What?
in a situation and like say especially when you're younger and you're in school or something and you just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong this can happen like any time in life, to be fair. But if you're at like work, if you're in school, if you're out and about and you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time and you get told off or shouted at by someone
I
for
mean,
being mistaken for doing something, like
Is that-
say you're
Is that really a pet peeve though?
It
I mean, because like,
is.
I mean,
It
I
irks
think
me
anybody
so
would get. I mean,
much.
anybody would get
That's just
angry.
annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's annoying,
That
but
was
like
like
that's
every
like
day.
what would come up as a pet peeve to me. I
I
don't
guess.
really like. If you want like, I don't really know anything kind
For
of.
instance, like an example, like if you're working and let's say someone calls off, right, and the boss is pissed. So instead
Yeah.
of getting mad at the person calling off, they get mad at whoever's there.
Right.
Yeah,
But it's not your fault.
exactly. It's
Fair,
not your
okay.
fault,
That
but they
happens to
still
me
get
like
like
every
angry at
single
you.
day at that grocery store job.
It's just like,
Yeah,
oh
I
my
mean,
god,
yeah,
they
that
called
just,
out. Oh,
They definitely piss off like anybody, dude. Definitely.
I mean,
But
yeah.
my boss Ben,
Definitely.
if you're listening, I know what you are. Fuck off, you suck.
What?
They'll never find us.
They'll
We're
never
too-
find
you
us.
won't
we're too
find
hidden,
this.
too hidden in the internet. You'll never find us.
If I do, then go ahead and fire me. I don't care.
They go ahead and find me. We got a podcast now. They're gonna live off
What?
this.
No, wait, watch. They're actually the number 3rd subscriber.
Oh my god,
That'd be
they're
awesome.
number 3. It's just like,
Third
oh my
subscriber.
god,
It's
It's a
fun.
huge
Our-
fan.
Our employee Funky is endeavoring into a podcast. Let's listen to it. And it's just like, oh, fuck you, manager. Oh, I
Very
see
well.
what this is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll think more on it. I'll think more on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Take a
go
moment.
more.
Take a moment. I have a pet peeve, and then we can go around again, and then I can
Yeah,
say my last one. I mean, I have a few, but I'll just go 2. So one pet peeve I have, right? So my mother is a huge car rager, gets very unhappy people because she used to drive all the time when she was younger. So I must have inherited it from her. But one of mine is people turning without a blinker.
I knew
Oh,
driving
yeah.
is going to be brought up. There's no you cannot do a pet peeve
Yeah.
episode without
That
driving
is
being involved.
entirely
Yeah.
true.
I hate it when people do not turn without a blinker. It's just like, to me, it's just like so inconsiderate. You know what I mean? Like
It's
no one
the
knows.
least you could do.
No one knows what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, well, you
Like-
should. You should know what the person in
Like-
front of you is doing.
Yeah, I should. That rude of me.
How is it
But,
that
oh,
people like
man.
manage to miss their blade? Like, how do you get so lazy that 2 inches up from your
I
left
know,
finger?
that's, like,
is
the worst-
such
That is like the worst part about it in my mind. Like, you know, it's just because they're fucking lazy, and that's
Like, why?
that could literally save people's lives, and they're just like,
Yeah.
I don't wanna. You know what I mean? Like,
like
I don't
that's
wanna.
such a simple thing to miss.
Fuck
Like,
man,
I get it if you forget about it, because that can happen. I have forgotten about it minimally. All right, it is one of the things they drill into you. All right, I'm admitting to.
Uh-oh.
Can we have?
I'm-
Can we pull up like a rage bar of my rage increasing it?
No, I don't do it. I don't do it intentionally. I'm not a dickhead that does it intentionally. Okay, I do it
Yeah,
accidentally.
You probably do that.
because
You
it's-
probably do that. You turn right in front of someone, cuss them off, they honk at you, and you go like, you put your one hand above your mouth, going, "Oops,"
oh, sorry. Whoopsie doopsie.
and then you like do a
It's
little
like,
giggle afterwards.
I'll
yeah.
call myself out on it though. That's the thing. Like,
or
I'm
you know
too much
what?
of a nice guy.
Even better. When people leave, I mean, this one is not as bad because you actually can forget, but people leaving their blinker on when they're like,
Yeah.
and they go the
It's
other
always some-
way or
it's always some
something.
old fuck. It's always some old fuck on the highway. Are you gonna merge the lane or
Oh,
what? What are you
man.
doing?
Oh, man,
It's so
I know.
bad.
And then they end up going the other way, and you're like, are you kidding me?
It's just
I
all
take
right,
it,
that's
I take
too
it,
much.
though.
That's too much. It's like, oh yeah, my blinker's on. It's going left and I'm going
Yeah.
right. Bye bye.
Oh, yeah, man.
And it's like
So-
I think that's arguably worse than not
Yeah,
doing
I was
your
gonna
blinker
say,
at all.
what's worse,
Right,
the
right.
blinker left on or not blinking?
Yeah.
At all? I would say,
Not-
I would say
I-
left
I
on.
don't- I think not blinking, and that's just because the blinker left on is usually it happens because you turn your wheel the other way and then it automatically does it. So people don't like, when have you ever manually turned off your blinker?
And
Let's
then
be
you
honest,
got
right?
you got the
Yeah, because cars these
radio
days don't
blasting and stuff, so they can't hear.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
click.
But you have to use your blinker when you're turning it on. There is no automatic thing. You know what I mean? So
You have to.
that's definitely more.
Well,
like,
that might be a
unless you're
problem,
whiz
part of the
and
problem, right?
your knee falls from the steering wheel off and hits the blinker.
Oh my god.
oh man,
I don't do that.
swerves around and fucking crashes
Oh,
into the
man.
side of it. Oh my god, my fingers!
Funky at 2537, you want to add a car crash effect? Okay.
I'm gonna be going
Right.
through this,
all
and
right.
But
I'll be doing a lot of stuff. So
Yeah. So
I,
that's,
yeah, no, I'm. It's one of those things. I do forget to do it sometimes, but
I think we all have
it's
forgot.
it's
once in a
we've all
while.
forgotten at some point. Like we can't all be like
of
perfect.
course.
We
Oh
gotta,
yeah.
but
you
like
gotta
because
give us the oopsie doopsie pass once in a
but
while.
Right,
I
uh-huh.
am. I think my own pet peeve, right? Just to sorry to like backtrack to me
No,
quickly,
that's fine. Don't worry.
but like a pet peeve I have about myself is that I know I'm forgetful. I am very, very forgetful, and
Oh
it's
my god,
not even.
I second that. I forget stuff all the time.
It's not even
Who are
with.
you
It's
guys?
specific. Oh my god!
Who?
Who?
I
Oh, my.
swear, and for specifically photography related, is I'm all right. So I'm in my third year of photography. I am in university studying this, and I consider myself semi-professional, moving into the professional world of photography. I still pick up my camera and leave the lens cap on. It is the most annoying thing in the planet when I am like, because there's an act to photography, right?
Right.
There's an act, and it is literally like you have when you have a camera on you, you have to move in a certain way. You have to act confident in a way. You got to strut. You gotta like if you're out doing landscapes and you're doing it hands, just with your hands. You're not using a tripod, and you have to have like your back straight. You have your hands on the camera the right way, so you can optimally control everything from your two thumbs and your fingers. And you get all your like rings and shit, and then if people see you doing the act, and other photographers might get what I mean when I say that. When people see you doing the act, they know to like move out of your way. If people see you doing the act when the lens cap is still on, they won't move.
And that's
Oh my
not
God.
that big of a
They
deal, though,
won't
'cause
move.
you just reach over and take it off, right?
It's true. It's true, but
You just,
there's like
you just gotta look
for
stupid, though.
me. Yeah, exactly. If so, especially because most of the time people will point it out. That's the worst. But it doesn't matter.
That's pretty bad.
I've had complete
Ah!
strangers come
What's
up
up?
to
What's
me.
happening? I got drop my iris. All I see is black.
It's just black. Like, I'll be confused for a second, and I think I should
Oh,
be
good.
right, and it's like, oh,
the darn
and
thing's on.
Someone will come up to me, like some random guy's like, "Hey, dude, your lens cap's still on." I'm like,
Oh.
Oh, wow.
oh,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to murder you.
That's where you gotta.
It's-
He's gotta
oh.
play the dumb card and be like, "Well, yeah, I know."
I know. Yeah, exactly. But in your head, you're thinking, "Oh, do that again! I dare you."
I'm gonna do that from now on.
Don't tell me. No, don't you dare.
Yes.
Don't point it out. If
Yes.
I'm ever with you, if I'm ever around you, if anyone ever sees me in real life, you won't know what I look like. But if you see me, if you see a photographer with a camera and they're pointing it at something and they have the lens cap on, they probably don't know it's still there because they're just figuring it out. But don't tell them about it, okay? They like
Oh.
figuring that out on their own.
But how horrible of a situation would it be if you spent like 3 hours working on something and then you
won't
find out that the... But you
No.
will. It
I mean,
happens.
if it's, I mean, if you're playing it raw, I suppose. If you're full on pretending to be professional, and you're like, because most cameras these days, if you're on automatic focus, which is what I usually use, automatic focus with manual settings, that's how I prefer to work it. And if you don't have it on automatic focus, if you have it on manual focus, then you will take pictures and it will be black. If you have it on autofocus, most cameras won't take photos until it focuses on something.
Oh, well, yeah, I
So
guess
that's
little FYI
like
for
the
people that don't.
yeah, that's the
I
kind of
wanna-
thing.
I
Like
wanna-
I
usually-
still would tell, I think, a photographer because I don't know, it just seems actually like a good
it's
thing to
nice.
tell them, you know?
I
like,
get it. I get it. It's like
It's a nice
nice
gesture, but yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the worst kind of nice gesture.
All
It's
right,
the kind
fine.
of
Next
I wanna-
time I won't. I'll just like walk by and laugh at him, and he'll
Yeah,
get
no.
all
I wanna
confused.
I want to piggyback on what you said, Wiz. So
Mhm.
about people like getting out of your way or whatever. So
Yeah.
I had one on my list, but I'm changing it now to this. I just thought of this. The opposite. The
The opposite?
people that are
Oh,
nosy. and they get in your
No.
way, and they're like,
Oh my
they see a camera out, and they're like, "Oh, is
what's that?
Hollywood here? Is there
It's
shooting a movie?"
Where did I sign my
can't
release
tell
for?
you.
I can
Yeah,
totally
exactly. I
relate
can't
to
tell you
this.
how many times when I was in film school, we're doing film projects.
Yeah.
I called ahead of time. It was not obviously not where I work at now. It's another grocery store. We were filming. We needed to use a grocery store inside as a setting. It's like a local like mom and pop little grocery store, or whatever. And I called ahead of time, got permission. I went there an hour in advance, signed all the documents and everything, and I'm in there talking with the owner, saying, "Hey, we're here," and my rest of my crew, there's like 5 of us, they're outside filming in
Yeah.
front of the store, and I'm talking with the manager on duty, very chill, whatever, you know. This couple comes up, they're power walking up. Hey! He's got a camera outside. He's
Oh
filming your.
my-
They can't do that. And
Wow.
I turn to him. I'm like, clearly it's no big deal.
Wow.
I'm getting the situation right now. Hey, he's right there. There he is. He's filming.
I'll call the police.
Goodness, that
And
is like,
they
Go
say
get
that.
security.
And oh my
Oh.
god! And the owner said like, it's fine. There's a school project. Oh, okay. Well, what are you guys doing? And I'm like,
I
know what I was doing. I was just like,
one
none of your
They're like-
business.
They're like
I just
saying
did-
that as they're like working with their hair to make it look good.
But the thing is, okay, so think of this. Okay, so like there's how people work, because TikTok is a huge thing. Everyone's making TikToks. Everyone has cameras on their phones that are like, most of them are better than actual DSLR cameras. But
which is a shot.
it's just the
the
normal human brain, and I don't want to insult our viewers or anything, but y'all are stupid sometimes. The normal human brain. Everyone has
Oh,
a camera.
man.
Everyone's filming everything,
Well,
but no one says a thing.
Guess
No
what,
one
Funky?
says
We
a
just
thing.
lost our third. We just lost. We
Our
only have two
entire
subscribers
time.
now.
No one's
Only two,
listening.
just
No one's
you and
listening.
me.
Besides, no one's listening past this point anyway.
Y'all stupid.
Y'all are stupid. Everyone has a camera on their phone. They're constantly filming, constantly making TikToks in front of everything. No one says a thing. But as soon as you pull up an actual camera, you're doing a school project, you're doing
that's
actually something,
true.
then it's like,
It's
hey,
true.
what's going on over here? What are you doing? Who do you think you are?
That's
It's
so true.
I'm gonna be able to
yeah.
move it.
I
It's not normal,
crossed
you know?
off. I crossed off of all my other pet peeves. That is the top of the list.
That like took over. That took over his way.
I have one more if we get back to me, but okay.
Yeah,
Someone else
yeah.
go.
Shut. Right.
I need to calm down.
I know. Yeah. Take a few breaths. Have some
Oh
water.
my god, no! But I could
Here,
totally
we can
agree
have
with you
our,
on that.
Can have our flight attendant send you some water. You'll need it.
Yeah, do I? I'm gonna take a fucking. Hold on. I'm gonna take a sip of water for a second. Hold on.
Oh well, he's the flight attendant, I guess.
Mm.
Anyways, so my second one of a pet peeve, which I don't guess in this case, and this is going to be very hard hitting home to what's happening currently with our beautiful COVID.
Mm.
But people not
Mm.
covering their mouths when they sneeze or cough. It happens all the time where I am, right? And it's just like, even now, right? Like beforehand, sure, whatever, I guess, but like even now when we're all sitting in like a large classroom and there's like literally 70, 80 of us, and they're just right next to
Are you
everybody.
talking,
Like,
is
Jeez,
there
man.
any attempt to cover the scenes, or is it just open arms in the air? You're like you're
arms wide
projectile.
open as they,
Because-
as they
They're fucking
spew.
turning up like
Because
they're in the final smash.
No,
here's
no,
here's what I do. I have my mask up, right? And I know
No mask.
I'm gonna get hate. I'm gonna get hate for this. I already insulted the viewers. I'm gonna get hate more of this. I have a mask, right? But I don't want to sneeze into my mask and then smell all my nasty spit and cheeseburger.
Yeah, but
cheeseburgers.
that's
So
when
I
you
pull it down and I sneeze into
Okay.
my arm.
Thank you.
That's
That's
what I
the
do.
maneuver you're supposed to do.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
Hey,
I thought
now
you were
that-
supposed to sneeze into your mask, but
Yeah,
okay.
no, hell no. That's what. And first of all, this kid was not wearing a mask, so
Okay,
he's just fat. Never mind. He's just a slob.
He's fat. He's fat. That's the
That
ultimate
is okay.
crime. He's fat.
He's not wearing a mask. He's
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But that's what you. Okay. That's what you do? A big boy and girl sneezes into their fucking their arm. I don't understand why
Yeah.
that's so big of a deal.
Yeah,
But
they
no,
got
this
bigger
kid,
arms, so they got more to sneeze into.
this kid is just like going at it. And there's like 5 or 6 people in his direct vicinity right next to him. And I'm just like, how inconsiderate could you be?
That's how COVID spreads, right there.
Yeah, no crap, like Jesus, man. Seriously. It's not even just COVID. It's just disgusting. You know?
We're going off today on Cruises Altitude. It's a bumpy ride today.
Yeah. Whoa! Whoa! And you want to know my third pet peeve when people make a joke and then someone blows it out of proportion. Adam.
Uh-oh.
No, just kidding. Still going.
I
though.
got one more.
Sure.
If you guys want to go to me.
Yeah.
All right. So tell
totally
me, guys,
Boy.
and people in the comments, if you're still listening at this point.
Fred.
When-
Fred is.
Yeah,
Fred!
shout out
I'm
Fred.
kidding.
When is the last time y'all seen a commercial?
Yesterday.
Yeah, like you mean like on YouTube or actually on the TV?
On anything? And you wait, hold
A
on.
commercial?
I'm
Sure,
being
yeah.
blown back. You guys don't have ad blocker?
I mean, not on my phone. No, I don't have ad blocker on my. I don't know.
You can download a YouTube ad blocker on your phone.
Oh, good.
Didn't know that. I mean, I've actually installed one, but it didn't work for me or something. But no, I still see ads on my phone at least. Not my
I
computer,
feel
though.
so bad. Oh my god.
It sucks.
I
man.
got Hulu.
Oh, I think
because
I know
wanted-
where this is going. I know where this is going.
I got Hulu because I wanted to watch Hit Monkey. Good show, great show. You should watch it.
Yeah.
And
Hulu.
I didn't want to get the more expensive
I
version.
hate Hulu's ads.
for the more expensive version to get rid of the ads. So I got the cheaper one and seen ads, and I'm like, oh my god,
Dude, there's a fix for that.
how do we used to do
Is there?
this?
There's a fix for that. There is a thing I got for my Hulu. It doesn't skip the ads because I guess you can't. I don't know. It's like embedded, but it basically fast forwards them to such an incredible speed that it takes like half a second. And it's amazing, and I love it, and I recommend anybody
How do you?
that do not want.
We'll talk after
we
this.
shouldn't be saying this either.
Yeah,
This
We'll
this
talk after
episode's
this.
going to be so banned because we're just insulting everyone. We're giving workarounds to.
I mean, no. I would
Listen,
never tell
listen.
my viewers to ever do such a thing.
Listen, you guys
Everybody
are
download
smart.
ad blocker.
You're smart. we don't body shame here. You're beautiful.
Oh,
yeah.
We want
Regardless
you to
of
know
what
if you're
size
fat,
you
you're
are,
beautiful.
you're
I was just
gorgeous.
I was trying to explain that it was more towards the fact that he was a disgusting slob, and his fatness did not help.
Because he's fat.
No, he became fat because he's a disgusting blob. I don't know.
He's a fat, a furry,
All right.
and worse both.
Oh man.
Well,
Anyways.
I'm out of if anyone else has any more. But yeah, commercials suck.
Ads that play for the amount of time that the skip ad button is up.
Just
Oh
my ear.
god. YouTube has gotten so bad.
YouTube
with
is
that.
bad. YouTube is
Yeah,
bad for
like
that.
even though it's just getting longer and longer the ads, it's like
Yeah.
the ones before they before it'd be like 5 seconds, and after that you'd have the skip ad button. Now it's like 7 seconds. It's
Look,
Is
I
it
appreciate
like
the
do they play full music videos like Hulu does sometimes?
oh god.
Yeah, I
No.
feel like that happens sometimes. I've seen that before.
There's like
I will say,
like a
at least.
5-minute music video ad.
Yeah.
well, yeah, oh yes. There was an ad that I'm not joking, and I laughed at this, was an hour long. It was an hour long ad. Yes, it was an hour long ad, and I was just like, what?
Is
I
it
really
loud?
And the worst part about it is you can't skim through it because I really wanted to see what it was about, but you
You gotta
can't
watch
do
the whole
that.
thing.
So I was like, I'm just not.
You know
I'm
what?
not watching an hour ad.
That ad's
Oh my
for
goodness.
people that just have autoplay running and something in the background. That's
Oh
what it's
man, you know how much
for.
money they're making? They
Making
make
bank.
money off each hour or each
Yeah.
hour.
Oh my god. Each every
minute.
person.
Like,
Every
no,
ad.
no one's actually sitting down and watching that. It's just
It's the total like.
Yeah.
I respect. Like back when they started doing that sort of thing, the ads that could like compact an entire message into 5 seconds, fucking all right. Listen, that's good. Like I can be okay. I'm okay with 2 5-second ads as
Right.
long as, or like a 5-second ad and an ad I can skip, or if it's just one ad, and it's 5 seconds and you force me to watch it, that's fine because I would have to wait 5 seconds anyway. so why not just force me to watch it? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's when, like you said, like God, an hour long ad, and you can't. Like, is it? Could you
That
skip
is
it
kind of
at
funny.
least? Could you skip it?
I'm sure you could, but
Like,
No,
is
of
that going to be
course.
5
Yeah.
seconds? It's
No,
going to be
no.
5 seconds when you skip it.
Thankfully, it was a YouTube. Because they still have that whole thing where if it's like longer than a few 10 seconds, whatever, it will show that skip thing. So thankfully, we were able to do
Yeah.
that. But going back to Hulu, they emulate like the old 1990s to 2010, 2000. Well, 2020. It still does it. It emulates like the TV's advertisement program, where it feels so long.
Oh,
It's like 10 minutes of watching your show and then like 8 minutes of watching ads. It's horrible.
it's so bad.
Hated it.
You know what? Another thing, like, I just don't understand is ads at the end of a video.
Well,
yeah,
that's-
Yeah,
that too.
or like that is a thing that
Yep.
happens, and
I
nobody knows
when
about
I
it.
got that on my phone because I got the ad block YouTube app on my phone. I got the regular YouTube app on my phone. Sometimes I use both. I don't know why. But when the video plays or when the ad plays at the end of the video, I close it and I just reopen the ad or reopen the app just to avoid. It even takes longer, but I'm just like, nope, not doing the ad.
Not doing it. I don't care.
Or I
Sometimes not, yeah.
purposely stop the video like 5 seconds before it ends, and then I go to a new one because I don't want to see the next
Yeah.
ad.
That's fair. That's
It's
fair.
just so there's so many workarounds for those, but it's like again, like I don't. It's just that I'm gonna dig too deep here. I'm
Yeah,
gonna dig too deep, especially if we're uploading this to YouTube and we're complaining about YouTube.
yeah.
People complain about YouTube all the fucking time.
Yeah, I know,
Of
but
course. That could be a whole topic in itself.
I could, yeah, complain about YouTube.
Advertisements.
YouTube don't care.
Advertising.
But does anybody here else have another pet peeve they want to talk about, or looks like we'll be nearing the end of our
I
flight
got
very
one,
soon.
but it just doesn't compete with the. I mean,
It's like we've been
ads?
escalating
I
slowly.
don't want to insult our audience anymore. But
Oh,
that's why I
Well,
say.
it's
I mean,
Go on.
there's got to be people that don't like TikTok, but it's just
Oh,
I don't
TikTok.
like TikTok
So,
either.
right, we're perfect. Let's go. Everybody that uses TikTok is
well, mine's a
No.
specific
fat.
thing.
Just
It's
kidding.
more of like a TikTok and it's like a Twitter, some sort of like where you post something. I don't like what I'm
The
going to call them.
limitations.
I know I don't like calling them. I call these mic drop posts where someone says something. Let's just say it's a Karen going off, or whatever, and sure the Karen is whatever. No one likes Karens, blah blah blah. But then it does like a duet or whatever, or someone makes like a text post somewhere on it, and they just go blah 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 blah. They say something along the lines of where like this dumb bitch deserves to die or whatever. Mic drop
What the hell?
or something dumb where they think like there's no like conversation after that. It's just
Right, yeah.
what I
they-
say
they're
is
the
final.
end.
I drop my
Yep.
you're blocked. You're not nothing. Everyone sides with me, and the conversation's
Alright.
over. There's no going back and forth.
Now-
it's just kind of dumb.
That can definitely be a whole topic for a video.
Yeah,
or
there's so
for a
many
podcast
whole
because I have a lot of problems with people
You have
that
you have
the
some
ads
personal
nowadays.
experience with that too.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. I mean, if you're on any kind of social media, eventually you'll do it, and you have any sort of presence. Seems like you'll eventually fall.
Yeah,
prey
they'll go
to
to
it.
you. Would you like your head to be inflated to the size
Oh,
of one of them
wait.
balloons with the rice in it?
Let's talk about this one more thing. I know we're going on kind of long, but I
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
Okay, so I want to rewind about an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago. We were all
Right.
playing Age of Empires 4.
yeah.
And Wiz, what was going on? What were you watching? What came
Oh
out?
yeah, you know what really is a pet peeve of mine? When we're playing a game and we have a friend who's doing something completely else and not actually focusing on the dang game.
I want to defend myself in this
Yeah.
situation by repeating what I said to you before we started
Oh
recording.
yes, it was on autoplay.
It was on autoplay.
Uh,
It was minimized.
Did you
Alright.
see? Did you
And
see
it
the
was
ad after the
background
autoplay?
noise.
well, how about we rotate this topic towards another individual who does the very same thing but a much worse scale when we're playing, hey, I don't know, a board game, and he's
Uh-oh.
deciding to write a story while we're playing the game. Oh, that is definitely a pet peeve of mine.
My goodness, just Don't.
Wait,
Why? Like,
who
why
who
play?
Listen,
who are we talking
it
about?
wasn't any of us. It wasn't any of us. This
Okay.
is someone.
No, it was when we were
You
playing
know
hot
who
potato.
you know who
Playing-
you are.
we were playing hot potato. A certain individual
Oh.
came there, didn't understand. Every time it came to their turn, we had to re-explain the rules because they just did not commit it by memory, and they were too busy writing their dang story.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't do
That
that,
is-
guys.
no.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Listen.
If
get
you're
right.
playing board games with your friends, just
And the worst-
just play the game. Just play the game.
You're
Yeah,
there,
and the
you're
worst
there
part
to
about
have
it-
fun.
Even okay, no, it's even more imperative if when you're the one asking to join, like none of us invited him, and not like we didn't appreciate him being there, of course. But we didn't ask him personally. He wanted to join. So if you want to join something, you need to be like attentive towards it.
Be
know,
there.
like-
Be a part of it.
Say it and actually mean it.
Right.
Yes, yeah. Like you're interested in playing and you want to play. Like, just people out there on the internet. Let me level with you for a second. People are always going to dick you over, and it's okay because everybody's different, and everybody has something they hate about another person, and that's okay too. Just don't voice your opinion to them because
What do
they'll
you
think
what do you hate about me?
Yeah.
you're a dick. Go f yourself, you slimy piece of
Jesus
Here,
Christ.
Right,
let me
right.
grab it. Okay.
All right. Well, with that banger of an ending, looks like we're nearing into our flight towards. Looks like Africa. So
Oh,
I
going to
guess.
Africa.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
definitely.
Shout out
Takes a while to get to
Africa.
the moon.
Didn't,
I don't know.
Didn't,
Shout out rhinos and elephants. They're there.
Shout out. Yeah. Thank you. We're now sponsored by Rhinos and Elephants, but
yeah, the best for the skin brand.
If we're doing an ending here, I want to plug. You can find me Detective Funky. Link in the description. I post videos inconsistently, so just kind of just pop your head.
You
in there
know
and be
what
like, hey, what's
pet
going
peeve of
on?
mine is?
when
When
people.
there's YouTubers that you like that don't upload nearly often enough.
Anyways,
Yes.
but if anybody on the viewers here, we thought that would be nice to have people maybe suggest their own topics that they want us to talk
Yeah.
about. Feel free to comment below.
Sound off.
And if you got nothing, we're going to be taking a landing here. And I was your captain today with my co-captains, Detective Funky and Wiz.
If you're gonna leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs up. If you're gonna leave a thumbs down, go for it anyway because no one can see it.
Yeah,
And subscribe because we could use the support.
you can't actually. You have to download a thing. But yes, okay. Anyways,
Guys,
please pick up your complimentary peanuts on the way out, or
Goodbye,
if we had
everybody.
to reference at the chocolate mousse. There you go.
Yeah. We got a complimentary chocolate mousse and hot towel.
All right. Anyways,
Bye bye.
bye guys.
Bye, guys. Till next time.